Hey guys, thanks for coming. Today we're going to be going over equipment slots. Basically, these things down here. It's in a weapon, armor. We got a couple called consumables. This is a sword. It's only of a weapon type, so it won't go in the armor slot, but it will go in the weapon slot. I'll show you how we do this. So starting off, we're going to go into the WB inventory component, or inventory slot. Go over to our variables. Make a boolean, call it is equipment slot, check instance editable and expose on spawn. For slot type, for the other variable, call it slot type of E item type, instance editable and expose on spawn. One quick thing we're going to do here, this is just a cosmetic thing. When we pick up one item, we don't need it to have a number, but when we pick up more than one item, we need to know that there's a stack there. So when there's more than one, we'll allow it to show that text. And that's just going to be in the WB inventory slot at the end of the F update. Get that current stack. If it's less than or equal to 1, then set the visibility of the stack text to collapsed. If it's not less than or equal to 1, then you can show the text. The next part we were going to be doing is go to the designer, and for the item image, I just set it to a transparent image. This will help us later, and making sure that it's just black, solid black from the beginning. Go into the WB inventory, into the designer, and add in 5 of those slots. Make sure that they are checked as equipment slots, and then change them to the slot type that you wish. I put them in a horizontal box with some padding on each of them, and then anchored them to the right side of the screen. I also did another horizontal box with text labeling what we've done. Alright, now we're going to go over into the graph for both of these. And we're going to go ahead and go to the functions for the WB inventory slot and call an override for on drop. On the on drop, we're going to get that boolean for is equipment slot. If it is an equipment slot, then we're going to cast to the inventory slot, which we will be getting the payload for the object of what we dropped on there. So the operation, we're going to get that payload, put it in for the cast for the object inventory slot, drag out of there, get the held item, see if the held item's item type is equal to the slot type. So we're going to see if this item type is equal to this slot type. If it is, then we're going to set, we're going to set the held item to the held item in this inventory slot and plug that into this update for the image, set item image, and text for how many it is. Next, we'll go over to the because on this drop we will be getting to the switch on the item type. But first, we have to go to the AC inventory component. Make two variables, call them equipped weapon and equipped armor of BP master item. Make sure they are rep notifies. Make two custom events, call one set weapon and call one set armor. Plug in those set with notifies here. Let's see. Then we're going to go to the WB inventory. On the function update here on the WB inventory, add in two new variables, call them equipped weapon and equipped armor of the BP master item. Class reference. Get those buttons or the WB inventory slot variables that we created. One of them is called armor, one of them is called weapon slot. Drag out of them the function update. And plug in the held item for both of those. Go back to the AC inventory component and go to show inventory. This is where you're going to need to plug in these equipped items and equipped armor to this update for WB inventory. These are going to be here. You see, that's this equipped weapon and equipped armor. So equipped weapon, equipped armor, we plugged into this functions update. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to go back to the inventory slot, get the slot type, and do a switch on item type. And then on armor, we're going to call that set armor and the AC inventory component, which we get from the get owning player pawn, get component by class. And we're setting that equipped armor to the held item if it passes our checks of being an equipment slot that we've dropped this item onto. The item is, if the item type is equal to the slot type of this slot. And then what item type it is. If it's an armor, then we're going to set the armor. If it's a weapon, then we'll set the weapon. Alright. Awesome. And this again is just updating the inventory itself with the images that they need to be for the weapon slot, for the armor slot. This is updating the image with the held item of these right here, which are these. All right, which are these? Which all the way comes full circle. Is on the on drop. It's these held items right there. That is the full circle. Thanks for watching, guys.